In this video, we're going to be solving a system of equations by substitution, example problems 2 and 3. So they give us a reminder of the steps to solving a system of equations by substitution method, which we learned in the previous module. Number 2 says solve the system of equations below by substitution. Then based on your solution, state whether the system represents two intersecting lines, parallel lines, or coinciding lines. So we have two lines. L1 is x is equal to 9 minus 2y, and L2, x plus 2y is equal to 13. And then they tell us L1 is already solved for x. And then they want us to substitute into L2 and solve for y. So we're going to start with L2, and we have x plus 2y is equal to 13. And in place of x, we're going to write 9 minus 2y plus 2y is equal to 13. And then we have negative 2y and positive 2y. So we have 0 y's remaining. So we have 9 is equal to 13. And then they ask us, is this a true statement? And the answer is no. We can see that 9 is not equal to 13. And then they want us to interpret the results. Since 9 is not equal to 13 and we do not have a true statement, the system has no solution. In 3, it says solve the system of equations below by substitution. Then based on your solution, state whether the system represents two intersecting lines, parallel lines, or coinciding lines. And we have L1, x is equal to 13 minus 2y, and L2, x plus 2y is equal to 13. And they tell us L1 is already solved for x, substitute into L2 and solve for y. So we have x, or 13 minus 2y, plus 2y is equal to 13, and negative 2y and 2y give us 0y, and we have 13 is equal to 13. And then they ask, is the result a true statement? The answer is yes. And because we have a true statement, the system has an infinite number of solutions. So in this module, in both problems, the variables dropped out, and in number 2, because we had a false statement, 9 does not equal 13, then the system had no solutions, which means that we had parallel lines. And in number 3, after our variables dropped out, we ended up with the identity, 13 is equal to 13, so we had infinite solutions, which means that we had coinciding lines. And that's all for this video on solving a system of equations by substitution, examples 2 and 3.